All right, looks like are we live? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Morning Crow. Oh, that was good. That was real good. Yeah, Fizz got a kick out of that one. Oh, Fizz, you got a lot of noise on that mic, bro. You gotta fix that. Okay, thank you. Oh, so how's the peeps doing? How's everybody doing?
Feeling pretty
That's
miserable, ready to trash my account and just disappear into the sunset. But feeling pretty good.
oh, don't
Thank
do
you.
that.
Thank you.
Don't do
Yeah,
that, Zito.
thank you.
I'll track you down. I'll
That
hunt
that
you
made a
down.
difference. That comment made a difference.
I'll have to come down to North Carolina.
I'm not in North Carolina. I'm in Tunisia.
Tunisia, that's it. Tunisia. Tasmania. Oh, I don't know how true this story is. You see my screen?
Yeah,
Isn't that sweet? Isn't that sweet? Look
as long
at
as it stops by my house, it's all good.
that.
The only drone I won't shoot at.
This pot delivery starts up wants to deliver weed with drones. This is, I think, they want to do this in California.
That's
Many
a
people.
terrible idea.
It's
Yeah,
terrible.
right, man. Get a butterfly net, a butterfly net.
I'll tell you what, I would be shooting just to bring it down. That's going to be mine right there. I said it would be the only one I wouldn't shoot until I heard the story. And then, yes, absolutely, I'm going to intercept.
Apparently, this is a San Francisco-based startup, Trees Delivery, which brands itself as the original craft cannabis box, is attempting to bring its subscription pot box to a high level by enlisting the help of drones for its delivery service. Yeah, we'll see how much that works out for you. Ugh. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I don't.
I thought weed was legal in California.
Yeah, but it's
It
not hard
is.
to troubleshoot their plan to deliver this legal weed. Okay, I mean,
Uh-huh.
legal, yes, but cheap, no. It's not
Right.
cheap. It is when it's on that drone, though. Costs however much a shell costs. You
Yeah.
could
Right.
probably do it with a pellet rifle. You could probably knock that joker out with just a pellet rifle.
I'd be throwing bottles at it, whatever's handy. Oh, yeah.
Just see people running down the street behind it, jumping over it, jumping on cars, trying to snag it when it goes over.
Yeah, man. Win the lottery. Get that fucker.
You just can't wait for a windy day for it to hit a power line and, fall down on the ground. And see, that's just like a baggie. It's just holding like a little baggie with nothing else to it. There's got to be more to it than that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a joke.
Well, if it was it a joke when Google was it Amazon?
Well, I mean,
Amazon.
a joke like a drone probably wouldn't be like that obvious.
Like an envelope, just bringing you a little tiny envelope.
Yeah, the pincher would perforate the baggie. Yeah, they're going to develop a better system than that, no doubt.
It better be bulletproof, is all I'm saying, because anybody that sees the weed drone going over is going to be like, oh yeah, this is my day. Go make the papers.
United States Pot Service. Oh, that's kind of funny. The other story I have for you. Let's see. I don't know if you saw this, and this might just lead into another gun conversation.
I think I muted some people by mistake there, sorry. I'm just messing about, trying to fix my volume.
It's all right.
Is that Fabio?
Hey,
Oh.
Hey, Fabio, taking us for a ride through Italy. Oh, look,
Yeah.
they got tolls too.
yeah. Most most of the highways in Italy are toll highways.
Do you have Easy Pass too? Like we do, we have a thing called Easy
Yeah,
Pass.
yeah.
Okay. Is it called that there?
It's called Telepass, so it's quite close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you rather pay an extra, say, tax instead of having tolls?
Sorry, say what?
I always think of the idea of tolls as like ridiculous. I mean, you gotta maintain the tolls. It slows down traffic. You
Hmm.
know, why not just if you want to tax me? Okay, here, just give me.
Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, no, I understand, but there is a reason. The highways in Italy are private. They're not state-owned. So,
Oh,
I mean, if I want, I'm taking this one because I don't want to take the normal road to go where I have to go, and I'm probably saving, in this short trip, I'm probably saving 10 minutes. But I might take the normal road and will bring me exactly where I have to go. So there is that too.
now do different companies own different roads, or is it basically one company owning these roads? Is there a monopoly?
There are several companies.
You're breaking up. Oh, you froze on us, Fabio.
Not depending on which geographical area that's usually how it works.
I see. Oh. You have to improve their internet service.
To
William,
take the highway to go there. There is always another road to go there. So it's for convenience. The faster, they're usually faster and all that shit. But they're privately owned, so that's why they got a concession from the state in order for them to build them.
Fabio,
okay.
And
what's the restriction on the toll? Is there a limit to what
what
they
do you
can
mean
charge?
No, it depends on the mileage.
Right.
When I get in the highway, I have a ticket which says where I get in the highway, and when I get out, depending on how many kilometers I've done, I pay accordingly.
Okay, that's the same here, on the interstates. You got same theory. Same
Yeah.
thing. Get a ticket. Yeah.
Do they have fresh hookers at the rest stops?
Oh God.
Define
Oh.
fresh.
It's quite fresh, yeah.
Never mind.
Lightly used.
I ain't never going in it. All right.
Keep talking, Tommy.
Yeah, keep talking again. We're live. Go ahead. Keep pushing that foot down your mouth a little bit deeper there.
No, I think that's not a terrible idea. If you have the property and they want to, and how right now we have eminent domain in the United States, where the government just pays you what it wants to pay you for your land. But like if you're just like, well, I'll give you consent to build the interstate or whatever right across my property, but my family can collect a certain amount for as long as the road stays up. Anybody that does this has to pay. But you could have like a fucking family business working the toll road. That could just be all toll booth. That would be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different than obviously than the way they're doing it.
Sorry, Fabio. I had to mute you. I'm getting a lot of road noise there.
Hey, Pete.
Hey, Pete. Who's Pete? PG.
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 I've
in the
seen Pete's
house.
posts or comments on YouTube posts before. Good to meet you, Pete.
Greetings, Pete.
Oh, do you hear the crows?
No, that was me again. I'm just that good. So what was the other story? I mean, I know that you didn't have the story of Fabio's toll roads.
No, but
you just kind of
figure I ask.
See, you said something about it possibly veering into gun control, and so
yes, I know. This you just love this.
yeah.
There it is. Sandy Hook victims settle a lawsuit. Did you see this story?
No, I did not.
Yes. They sued against the state of Nancy Lanza, the mother of the kid who supposedly
Yeah,
killed the
Adam.
people at the school.
Yeah, Adam.
Adam Lanza, yeah. Um, $1.5 million going to be divided amongst
Victim's
the
family.
family. Yeah, 16 victims here. Families of 16 victims of Sandy Hook will receive $94,000 each to settle a pair of lawsuits. They're gonna divide Apparently they sued the homeowners. They went against the homeowners insurance policy.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Can you see my avatar right now?
Uh, yeah. Who is that? Is
That
that
is
Lanza?
No, that's Robbie Parker. Supposedly, his daughter was killed by, Adam Lanza. That's supposedly, okay? But see, this is the day after when he was giving a press interview. Notice that big, wonderful smile. Maybe he already knew ahead of time that this was going to go down. Maybe that's why he's smiling. That the whole thing was set up so that they could get, they could split up this estate. I mean, they had set up Facebook donation pages the day before it happened, which I think is pretty strange. Isn't that unique?
Oh, I heard about this.
Yeah,
Now,
let me tell you,
I didn't get into. I didn't get into. Go ahead, Tom. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, I heard when this broke out. I heard about the quote unquote conspiracy theories. I never really looked into it too much. I mean, the one thing that intrigued me was this thing about the map that was in Batman. I think they were connecting it with that. It was kind of told beforehand, you know, secret societies sending messages out before something happens. It's like a secret code or something like that. I mean, that's all I got into it. I never really got into deep. I did hear rumors on the Facebook, stuff like that. I think also, what
I'll
was it?
post a link in the side chat of some of the evidence for their donation pages being up before it happened.
Okay. Now, you think they planned this just for this lawsuit? I mean,
Not just for the lawsuit. You have to have a way to pay off the crisis actors. All right, a lot of these crisis actors have been used in other events as well, like the Boston Marathon bombing. You'll see some of the same crisis actors in that as you see in the Sandy Hook disaster, massacre, whatever you want to call it. The whole point is there's a lot of agendas, but there's a lot of money to be made off these huge public false flags that they're doing. Obviously, if they're setting up the donation pages for the families, I guess for their participation in their little scam, these people, as long as they lay low and do what they're instructed to do, at least with the daughter or the victims, whoever they're supposed to be, there's no problem. They're going to keep getting money from different sources. People make donations until they forget about the tragedy. But then you have this right here. You have, okay, well, nobody's putting any more donations on our Facebook page. Let's split up let's go ahead and split up the estate. And I mean, they're going to milk every dollar out of this. But the main agenda being gun control. The powers that be would like nothing better than to find a way to make us, hate our guns, our right to defend ourselves.
Okay.
A small amount of money.
Yeah, it is a small amount of money considering.
For what they're doing, yeah.
Yeah. But let's assume no conspiracy for a second. And,
all right.
My thing with this lawsuit is, for the reasons that they are feel like they're owed the money. And it's let's see, in the story, one of the reasons they say the mother should have known that her son had mental issues and could be a danger to others, and that apparently the gun, she had a gun safe in the house, but he had easy access to it. My thing is, should the insurance company pay out for some of the reasons they're stating. To the
No,
victims.
because
I don't really know of other cases where this happens.
well, how could Nancy Lanza be anything but the victim in this? I mean,
Right.
why do you take
She got
the
killed. She
dead
got killed.
victim?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
vultures. Now think about
Uh,
who was responsible for the well-being and the safety of the children while they were at school. The school.
yeah. Well, that's another thing. They want to sue the school too,
Well, I mean, if they were
saying
going
that
to
it
sue
should have been more
anybody,
safe.
well, if they were going to sue anybody, that's who it should be. You don't sue another victim's family just because they're dead. You can't take anything from Adam Lanza because he never owned
Uh-huh.
anything. So
Uh-huh.
they're picking the corpse clean and without any right to do so. This is not the okay. Nancy has another son, right? She has another son that they thought in the beginning was Adam Lanza, but it turned out to be the brother because they found his ID or some shit like that. So there's another inheritor to this, and they're cutting him off because of what his brother did. Where
Right. His mother died. Why not give him some money? How come he doesn't even get the estate?
thank you.
Where's his cut,
Yeah.
man?
The victim's family, he would be one of the victims of this as well. His mother was shot by his brother. I guess that because he's related, he gets nothing of his inheritance. Because I don't get it.
If you don't
Yeah.
apply for the money, you don't get it. Maybe he just didn't have the emotional incentive to sue as the other participants did.
So he should
But
have put a lien on his own property or something to make sure they couldn't.
right.
The
I mean,
insurance company is the one who is culpable for to pay. It's not the property. It's the insurance company that indemnified the place.
But nothing happened on the homeowner's property except for Nancy
the
Lanza's
gun
death.
was taken.
Well, Nancy
Mhm.
Lanza died on her own property, but what I'm saying is,
Right.
they're the homeowners association or whatever or insurance. They shouldn't have anything to do with it. I mean, because they suffered no loss from it. No one else suffered any loss because of the property. I mean, what are they
How are they
tying this
culpable? How are they culpable for
Thank
what Lansing did elsewhere?
Right.
precisely?
Well, in order for them, how much was it? 94 mil.
What?
No.
1.5.
Right, and it's dividing it $94,000.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pennies. To an insurance company, it's pennies, and it may have cost them a hell of a lot more in reputation to fight it. They would have been coined as the demonic insurance company that didn't want to pay. And so let's say it was whatever big insurance company is. I don't like mentioning names.
Yeah, they
like
don't even know they don't even mention the insurance company in this
But this
story.
is tragedy whoredom. I mean, and if these are the victims' families, this is not humble behavior. This is frothing at the mouth. Take what I can get. Use a lawyer to liquidate everything that another victim owned so that they could have it. This is not this. Who else in society gets to do this? They're using this tragedy. I mean, because if like Tommy was saying, the reputation is what's important to the insurance company. So rather than be the pricks that would refuse the victims of Sandy Hook or the families of the victims of Sandy Hook whatever they wanted, they're going to play ball. They're going to dish out the money.
Well, it's good publicity. It could have been a nightmare, the evil insurance company that didn't pay. Now they're the noble insurance company that paid.
Yeah, but this sets precedents for future bullshit.
Uh-huh.
This is just going to be looked back on, be like, remember how such and such, insurance company paid out to these victims' families?
Yeah.
Eventually, somebody's going to have to say, fuck you, this is bullshit. I don't owe you the money.
The insurance company was in contract with Ms. Lansing, and the policy itself had stipulations. Now, they may have successfully defended it if it had gone to court. The insurance company may not have been culpable by contract, but they would have still had to defend themselves. They still would have had to go to court and say, no, we ain't paying. Regardless of what the contract read, public opinion would have been gone horribly against them. But the contract, they may not have had to pay. I figure they paid for the public relations benefit of it. Cheap as dirt, man. Oh, yes, we're the noble insurance company. Next time, it might not work so good, but it might.
Now I can see if it was Adam Lanza's property right? And
Right.
and yeah, okay, take the property, give it to the victims. Anyone else, yeah, some kind of um, compensation. Though no amount of compensation is gonna bring back anybody. But yeah, I don't see how this doesn't go to the other son. I mean, that doesn't make no sense. I mean, even if she didn't have a will, usually any property would go to a next of kin, right? By default, no?
Well,
If there was no will.
if he didn't sign up for the class action lawsuit or individually sue the insurance company, he ain't going to get nothing. I surmise that Lansing's brother didn't get a cut because he didn't sue. He didn't have the heart to sue, maybe, or the will to sue, whereas the other victims did. But because it was his brother, he was probably too ashamed or too freaked out to go for the money. And you won't get it if you don't apply for it. That's standard operating procedure. If you have a wreck, you don't get a fucking dime unless you struggle for it against an insurance company. Their default position is, nope, you have to sue us, usually, very often. But in this case, uh, again, I surmise it was an insurance company public relations decision.
Hmm. Now, William, now you brought up, okay, because they are suing the school, saying
Yeah.
they didn't, it wasn't safe enough. Do you think this is, a rightful act here to sue the
Yes.
school? Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely, because the school takes responsibility for the children once they leave your care and go into the care of the school, their health, their safety. I mean, anything else that happens on that school ground is going to be charged to the school. Think about it if your kid, uh, you know, got slammed into a wall or something during PE and busted his
Oh,
nose. All right, the school immediately would be like scrambling to try and make it better, or try and fix it in any way without a lawsuit coming, because they know that you're going to win the lawsuit against them if that happens.
Well, they have to carry some kind of insurance as well,
Yeah,
don't they?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
well,
yeah.
I got post traumatic stress from when I went to high school.
Hi, Simon.
I'm
Hmm.
going to be talking to my attorney about that.
I don't know. I guess maybe I have mixed feelings about this because I can see if someone gets hurt on the property,
Hello.
you know, if they slip and fall, something like that, school be responsible.
Yeah, you break your hip, and then who are you going to sue? The school. Even if it was your fault, you were running in the hallways, slip, wet patch, busted your hip. The school is now vulnerable to a lawsuit. It may go through, it may not. It depends on other, you know, whatever evidence comes forth about what you were doing. I mean, you might have been high when you were doing it. They might have something there. You were drunk at school. Look what you did. But this shit, like, you send your kid to school, you pay them, and it's taken from your taxes, that your kid is going to be safe. They're going to get an education, and they're going to be returned in the same condition, if not smarter, than when you sent them there that day.
But
So,
instead, they
okay.
returned hookers hooked on heroin. Yeah, that's it.
But how far do we take this? I mean, say if this was like a supermarket, you go into a supermarket. Now they carry insurance for people who get hurt.
You don't have a
Someone comes.
contract or anything, any kind of dealings like that, any obligation with the supermarket. You mean there's that? It's much more limited than when you're dealing with children, because think about what you're dropping off at that school and what these people are saying that they're taking responsibility for when you drop your kids off. They won't let anybody come in the building supposedly without passes and things like that, because they are responsible for your kids coming home to the right home,
Okay.
things like that. That it's not the same as when you go into the to a place of business like that, and like a
Yeah, it's
grocery store.
compulsory. Public education is compulsory in my district. They'll
Yeah,
come,
Mm.
they'll come to your home and harass you
that's
if you
even, you
don't.
know what? That's a stronger point, Tommy. That's a stronger point, because it is mandatory in most cases. It is compulsory. You don't even really have a choice, so that's even more liability that goes on the state and the school and the county and the district, and they've got to shore up the defenses there if they want to. Fabio, you've
Hey,
emerged from your
Yes.
vehicle.
Hey,
yes.
I guess the thing is that because here in the States, people get lawsuit happy, and I feel like the ultimate responsibility falls on the person who committed the crime, and it. So I guess that's part of the thing that I had. was taking issue with. But I see your point though with the school. I do see your point.
Well, we can't do anything from Adam Lanza either, because I mean,
Right.
there's really, if you look at it, he's a ghost. He's a phantom. You know, when you talk to or watch the interviews with people in his neighborhood, they never even saw him. Not since he was like a little tiny kid. He was nowhere to be found. Not pictures in the annual.
How
nothing.
old was he? How old was he?
I don't remember.
Was it like 18 or something like that? Or?
Yeah, and why he went to an elementary school, it doesn't make any sense. And then if you continue on with looking into the story doesn't match up with the initial. In the initial, there were several shooters. There were several people involved running from the police. 2 of them end up in cuffs before the chase is over. These are live people.
And the thermite. What about the thermite?
Not this one. Not this one. But
wrong conspiracy.
Well, they did have bulletproof glass on the windows there, yet the original story was that someone was shooting through the glass in the front window trying to get in. And the story changed so many times, it was ridiculous.
Sorry, bulletproof glass in a school?
Oh yeah. Right. Yeah.
This is what I love about this story. There is everything which is, in my opinion, and my opinion is worth nothing, so I don't want anybody to feel, tipsy about that. But there is everything. It shows everything wrong with the U.S. right now. There is guns.
In your opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. In my opinion, I'm not.
Right.
There is guns. There is lawsuit. There is money, and there is conspiracy.
I love all of those things except the.
Yeah. I mean, you couldn't make this shit up. It has everything in one news. To me, it's mind-boggling.
It's not like all the windows were bulletproof, dude. It was just like the entrance way where you have to come in and what do they call that when you come to the front reception? Like when you come to, so they can vet out the parents.
Cavity searches.
Yeah. And the thing that it doesn't seem weird, that's what is really astonishing to me. I mean, bulletproof windows in a school. It's mind-boggling, but I understand it might be normal in some places. But yeah. I can guarantee you, of all the things that you can think about building a school in Germany, in France, most of the world, bulletproof window is pretty down on the list of things to do. It's not even there.
Next, we'll be handing them out vests.
Yeah.
I'm just keeping mine out of it altogether. They're not going to public schools. I don't have any problems with gangs. They're not knocking up no bitches. They're not catching VD. None of that shit. They're not into drugs unless unless I get them for them, and I'm not getting them any drugs, and so they're cut off from a lot of that. They have some friends and activities they go do, but I monitor it.
Don't be stingy, William. Come on, man.
Hey, when they're 20 years old, they can smoke as much reefer as they can cultivate. That's the only thing. That and a couple beers. That's all I'll let them bring in the house when they're of age.
I let my kids do Mountain Dew. They like
Mountain Dew shots.
I know my Mountain Dew shots get jacked up, and Starburst fruit chews, man. That unique blend of sugars, They'll be running around. Yeah, running around.
Intravenously, Tommy. You let them do that intravenous, yeah?
Yeah, that's a little freaky, but
yeah.
Well, besides suing Lanza's estate, the school, they're also going to sue Remington Outdoor Company, the distributor of the Bushmaster, apparently what Adam used to shoot up the school. They're suing they're suing the gun manufacturer as well.
What about the steel?
No, that's absolutely
Pittsburgh Steel. Maybe they have some part in it. And
the ammo company, whatever ammo we use, we better.
Yeah, the state of West Virginia, where the ore.
That's a good point.
Or the steel.
What kind of guns are you going to let them have, William?
Let who have?
And
how about that by car? Can you sue the car company?
How about the Roman Catholic
Maybe,
Church?
because they used the car to get there.
Yeah.
They were on Firestone tires, so we can sue Firestone.
Roman Catholic Church, man, God could have prevented it.
Sue
You
the
know,
state. Sue the state because they used the road. He used the road to get.
Yeah, fuck it.
He couldn't have committed these acts if it wasn't for those damn roads. Yeah, and when's it going to stop? When are we going to be realistic? And I mean, it should have stopped before we ever went to Nancy Lanz's estate and picked it clean for the victim's family.
it was George Washington's fault. He started this shit.
I blame Illinois.
Illinois?
That's convenient.
There's a case.
Yeah. Apparently they've got a lot of Nazis in that state.
Yeah. I was going to go. Thank you, Simon. Yeah, you picked me up at that, by a fucking second. Yeah, those Nazis in Illinois. I mean, yeah.
Everybody knows the reference, right? I'm not insane.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, the Blues Brothers.
The Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I missed that one. It's been so long since I've seen that.
Elwood Blues, yes.
Yeah, the police when they drive across the bridge and they go, "I fucking hate Illinois Nazis."
I've never seen so many Chryslers totaled. It hurt me to see them, man. All those Grand Furies, it was.
Yeah. I don't know for how many years that was the biggest chase ever on a movie, but for many years that has been the biggest chase ever, including the considering the amount of cars involved.
Yeah, I can't remember, but it was something like 213 cars got trashed in that one scene, in one live take.
Now the Aryans drove a Ford Pinto. That was a tasteful reference. Henry Ford, but
good point. I didn't think of that. Yeah.
An orange Pinto wagon. Yes.
Yeah.
There's been some other lawsuits that I thought at first were going to be frivolous, though. Like, if you've ever, have y'all seen Hot Coffee, the documentary?
Is that McDonald's?
Yeah, that old lady that burned her thighs or whatever with the coffee. I mean, it wasn't like it just stung a little. Like, it seriously melted the damn skin off this old lady's legs. Like, how the hell the styrofoam held up to it, I don't know, but. Like, I mean, it was really bad. Maybe because she was old and her skin was all fucking.
Back in the day, McDonald's coffee had a reputation of being some hot fucking coffee. You had to wait to drink it. I remember that distinctly. Yeah. It was like boiling water. It was just, you'd take a slug of it and it would, like, how when you burn the skin on your tongue and stuff, it would cauterize your ass. It was.
Remember that whole lawsuit when they were suing Dunkin' Donuts?
It happened in Dunkin' Donuts, too?
Was it Dunkin' Donuts that somebody sued?
This was McDonald's.
Oh, McDonald's. That's right, McDonald's.
Got it through the drive-through window, and apparently, like, the lid wasn't on good, and it spilled all over her lap, and it burnt her genitals, the old lady's genitals, everything.
I remember, what was it, Seinfeld? Remember Kramer they did a whole...
You got pics?
Parody on that.
Yes, they have pics, and you can see it on the documentary Hot Coffee. I will not discuss what I saw in the pics, but it's not of the genitals, Tommy, so if that's what you're looking for, there's like a million other sites.
But for research purposes only, of course.
Of course.
Here's a little funny thing I found. If you on Jeb Bush's website, if you want to support his campaign, you can buy a guacamole.
Wicked.
Is his wife still Colombian?
Oh my God!
I do need a place to keep my bush.
That's a lot of bush.
It's one thick bush.
How shameful is that? How is that what we're doing, Jeb? Is that? We give you a recipe with a bowl.
Yes, you get Jeb's secret guacamole recipe.
For $75.
$75? Fuck me.
Yeah. It's 30.
And you gotta wait 3 weeks.
It is 30% proof though.
Oh dear. What's next? Hillary's gonna.
Billy
be. You know what? That was wrong to even say it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Hillary's gonna be what, selling her underdrawers on the internet to make some money with it. $75 comes
there
with
goes my appetite.
comes with a picture of her wearing them.
Fantastic.
Oh,
You have to go back a ways before you find a picture of Hillary Clinton that doesn't, you know. If you go back in the 90s, you're like, there's a couple of pictures like, oh, she was hot back then.
On the bright side,
She could have made money then. Go ahead.
yeah, you know, she does have a coffee-smelling vagina, so that's quite nice.
Come here, baby.
Is this Folgers crisp? I knew I could taste the difference.
God. Oh. This brings up what other kind of items would the other candidates be selling? I mean, like Trump, he likes to put his name on everything. I mean, he was selling water and what?
He'll sell you strands of his precious hair because there's not a lot now. It's a limited amount, so you have to get.
No, you can buy. He's selling. You get a free footstool. It's called the Trump footstool. It's not quite as high as the tower, but it's a place to start.
You know what?
The Trump high chair.
Trump's a hard one to really go after because there's so many things you can pick on, but you know he's impervious. He's impervious to jokes about him pretty much.
Yeah,
I mean, he's heard it all through Survivor. Not Survivor. What was that show? Apprentice. That's what it was. Jesus, that was a horrible show.
Yeah.
I like that show.
What was the black chick's name that made everyone want to strangle her?
You're fired. No, you're bankrupt. No, you're fired. No, you're bankrupt.
What was the woman's name, John? You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yes, I do remember.
The most evil woman on the planet, it seems like.
Yeah, they even brought it back for another season.
Hillary Clinton.
No.
No, this chick's bad, but you're right, she's not that bad. It's not as bad as Hillary. It's not Anastasia. It's not euthanasia. It's
euthanasia.
Oh, God. Somebody Google it, please.
By euthanasia.
You Google it, man. You're the Google master. Anyway, I couldn't stand watching the show because they kept showing her and I hate Pierce Morgan, I really do. But even listening to her jump on Pierce Morgan about his family and all that shit, and I was just like, you're just low effort. You need a fresh slap. I mean, I hate to say it, but you were campaigning for an ass whooping, and I hope you get elected. What was her name?
I'm looking it up now. I'm trying to find it.
Candy.
No.
Kill me, yeah.
Shouldn't be hard to find.
That's right.
Is it
Omarosa?
Candy, our Candy trolled my post.
You said it?
It's Omarosa.
Omarosa.
You know who she was married to?
No, who?
Michael Clark Duncan, the dude from Green Mile, the big black guy, John Coffey. He died. He died here real recently. Now I have a theory about that. He may not be dead. He may have realized what the fuck he married. And he's just hiding out. I would do that. Faked his own shit and got out of there.
The Yamamosa conspiracy now.
I mean, think about it. That bitch is not gonna settle for half. She's taking your very soul.
What?
Oh dear, that's funny.
Now I've got a bad taste in my mouth just saying the name Omarosa. Ah.
Oh wow, you've already got some Donald Trump. What's that? Securities.
Donald
what?
The Donald Trump penis enlarger.
You don't know what grits means, Simon?
I don't. No.
Girls raised in the South.
What is that short for, like stupid or something?
Easy, and there maybe easy. That's right.
I meant easy. I said stupid. I meant easy.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow.
I just like the picture so much. I don't know why.
Why grits? I mean, that's just a horrible name for a woman. Right, United States is not a democracy. It's a republic. I recognize that person.
Uh-huh.
Democracy is two wolves and a lamb voting on what to have for lunch. Liberty is well armed, lamb contesting. Yeah.
And now we're just going to look at my avatar.
I think so. He was a strange man, Franklin.
He was a horny bastard.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you go to Paris and join the Hellfire Club, you're getting some wild tail. That's a good.
Not really. To be
Probably
honest,
smelly tail too.
Not back then, anyway.
Oh,
but
really?
They were atheists. Well, they were atheists. That was what was so scandalous about them.
Oh, really? That's what was scandalous.
Yeah, yeah.
Not the wild orgies.
Benjamin Franklin walked into one of the salons, they used to be called, and he walked into dinner, and he said to his host, "Oh, sir, I've never yet seen an atheist." And the host replied, "Well, before you are 11, although one of them may not be sure." This is in long time ago, obviously, when nobody was an atheist, and it was against the law, so all of them were.
It was against the law.
It was against the law to be an atheist.
Oh,
yeah.
dear.
Back then.
That's not nice. That's a tough spot.
So that's why they got a bad reputation for being real bad boys.
Well, that's a little history I didn't know.
Indeed. I mean, Franklin spoke many languages. He was a very, very intelligent man. And said he really enjoyed his time over there. I think they almost put him in prison for some reason.
Was Saul Tarsus an atheist?
No, I think that might have been Paine, actually. Saul Tarsus, I don't know. Is Saul of Tarsus, you mean?
Yeah, that's it. Saul O. Tarsus. Yes. I guess he wasn't. He was a monotheist?
I mean, you know the answer to this. Why are you doing that?
I'm just threatening Simon. That's all. That he might have a Saul of Tarsus experience. And
I don't even know who it is, to be honest. I've heard the name Saul.
It's Paul. It's Paul out of the New Testament. He was Saul before he changed.
He was going to in the interest of what is truthful, he was going to oppose fundies, and he got knocked off his ass by a delusion, and by a vision of Christ Jesus. It's in Acts. Anyway.
You mean on the road to Damascus?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I've heard of that. Yeah, Damascus.
Well, I'm going to steer away from the. Go ahead.
Yeah. Is that where he met the Samaritan?
He passed her by, I think.
No.
Fucking Samaritans.
No, man. Damn hypocrite.
Yeah. I've never met a Samaritan I like.
You've never met a Samaritan anyway.
Very true, actually.
What are you playing at, man?
It comes from a joke, doesn't it? That Mitchell and Webb joke, where Jesus is preaching and he goes, right. So let me tell you about this Samaritan. Okay, so I can't even remember what the fucking joke is now.
I love that show. I gotta say, I love that show. Mitchell and Webb. Look, yeah. It's like the new. It's like the new bits of Fry and Laurie.
Yes.
You know, it's like like you bring in that same kind of wit and humor, but with a little more modern vulgarity added in. But Jesus, just from show number 1 all the way through, that was an amazing series.
Yeah. I've forgotten about that.
Here's another story. Okay.
No, go ahead, John. Go ahead.
All right.
No, go ahead,
just
brother.
go to another story. I don't know if you see on my screen here. Apparently in China, parents are sending their kids to a rehab camp for gaming too much, being online too much.
Yep.
And there's like a military-style compound in Beijing.
That seems stupid. I mean, I recognize the problem, but, can't you just have some backbone and take their shit away from them?
Yeah.
Like normal parents used to do.
Yeah, I like that one where they had. Here's a list. It was a note on the kitchen on the fridge. Here's a list of the chores for today, and it had like washing up, walking the dog, vacuuming the thing. After these are done, you will receive the password for the internet.
There you
Nice.
Today's password will be delivered
go.
after the chores are done.
Yeah, what's so hard about that, right?
Fuck, that's easy enough.
Yeah. But instead,
Always
they're
like
spending 9,300 won a month, which is about 90. Doesn't say in dollars, but what 970 pounds per patient plus food costs. And they go through psychological therapy and stuff like that. They even some of them, I think, even give them drugs.
No, man, that's kind of fucked up right there. That's extreme.
Programming, yeah. World of Warcraft, man. It's a disease, man. It's
Yeah, they're calling it IAD, Internet Addiction Disorder.
You take away you start with their cell phones, you take that away, they still screw up. You take away their internet.
I want full disability, man. I want full disability now. I spend 6 hours a day on G+. Damn it, I am disabled.
Says sufferers of IAD completely or partially lose social functions. Dal Rand, a psychiatrist and former colonel in the People's Liberation Army, who now runs the base.
the American guy with extreme delusions of grandeur, who runs the base in the world.
The Ministry of Political Re-Education.
Hey, Dex. Hey, Sub.
Hey, how's it going?
So apparently they lose their working or studying ability, interpersonal relationships, and daily life ability like brushing teeth and even taking a bath. They also become anxious when there's a power outage.
Yeah, y'all, you can. Good God, really? They get anxious. No, that's true though. That's fucking true. I just thought about the last time there was a power outage. Holy shit.
They also, they also can't stand people who state the obvious. Yeah.
Who's saying?
Like, seriously.
But I mean, can you say the same thing about people?
Right. It's like getting this fucking TV, right, that we used to sit across the room from. It's like getting the cable of that, yeah, and sticking it into a fucking forearm, just jamming it in there and intravenously, directly putting all of this mass fucking media stuff right up into my veins.
Yeah, into your cerebral cortex.
You know what I mean?
I mean, adrenaline hits every,
It's
2
hard,
minutes? It's a rich addiction. It is yummy.
Next time there's a power outage, go outside and just sit on your porch or your step or whatever, and watch how many kids emerge from their homes looking around like, what the hell just happened? What are we gonna do? And it's not just kids. It's not.
I wish I could do that, and unfortunately, my skin would burn.
How about that? How about that USB flashlight?
What?
Never mind.
Oh, you're talking about the flashlight.
I haven't been doing that. I haven't been doing that.
You're too innocent for that one.
It wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Well, I'm going to go. The story further on goes on. On admission, patients are given psychological tests to help determine if they suffer from mental illness. They are then paired with a doctor and assigned a bunk bed. Counseling sessions, lectures about the evils of the internet, and in most cases, drug programs follow, as do drill training sessions and bonding exercises with parents. He gives
that sounds beneficial.
Yeah, bonding exercises. Yeah, lesson internet addicts. Yeah.
Go back
Hey,
to
Dad. Hey, Dad. Don't fucking bogart the joint.
I know. Friendship is magic.
They give lectures to the students. Patients have to stand to attention and answer questions such as whether they believe computers to be toys or tools. Okay.
I think they're all tools.
They're not allowed to leave the confines of the compound unless they earn the rare chance to accompany a staffer on a brief trip outside through good behavior. On one occasion, this policy led to an escape. Okay. Wait here. A 28. Wait, no. If you see a 28-year-old patient. What? Okay.
You know, I was gonna say there's a lot of adults that are, you know those guys, the ones that are on MMORPGs, like they miss work because there's a new expansion pack that just came out. You know, I mean, they're addicted too. I don't think they're not. They actually spend like real life money on shit for the game, in the game.
No, I just thought this was like geared towards like the parents. Kids are on 18 now, so.
But I'm saying, they're growing.
Wouldn't he have to admit himself?
Hey, twittering, man, is an issue. It's a rampant epidemic in many businesses.
What?
Twittering, man. They got their iPhone and they're just on it, man, all the fucking time.
Well, what I'm saying is, if you let them call this a mental illness, if you let them get away with just doing that instead of calling it what it is, which is a lack of self-discipline, if you let them call it a mental illness, you can expand the ways that it's dealt with, and you don't want to give up anything, about your life without it being voluntary. You don't want to.
I've heard about that. I've heard about
hold on a second. No. I was just saying, those are camps where the parents actually send their children. So
like fat camp.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like fat camp. It's not that that there is some organization which deems them mentally ill and they send them to re-education camp. It's all voluntary. I mean, voluntary for the parents. I don't think it's voluntary for them.
But how long is it until the government starts deciding when you have this disorder? And when
for fuck's sake!
Look how fat you are. You need to take your fat ass to one of these camps that we got set up. We'll teach you to stay away from McDonald's.
Well, if you want to apply for a resident visa in New Zealand, you might have that problem right now. They are denying application residency visas. There is a proposal. I don't know if it's yet in effect, but they're judging. One of the criteria is your BMI. Yeah.
No fatties allowed.
I think it's fantastic, actually.
They call it the no fat chicks policy.
I don't think it's fantastic because according to the BMI, I'm obese, but I'm nothing but muscle.
Yeah, tough shit. I mean, yeah.
Like a man.
I mean, to be fair, it's bloody New Zealand, but yeah, still.
Don't they know I'm American? I got freedom.
You're fat. Yeah. You're so fat, Serb. all that weightlifting and shit, fatty.
Freaking fat.
You're so fat you can't go to New Zealand.
Yeah.
I want a T-shirt that says that. I'm too fat to travel to New Zealand.
I'm too fat to be in New Zealand.
New Zealand said, no, you're too fat. Oh.
Well, if anybody's interested, at the end of this article, there's a test here to see if you want to test your internet addiction. If you have the disorder, there's a link in the side chat. They give you questions, 20 questions, and then see if you're in the normal, all the way up to severe.
Wait a minute. Look. How many people go to rehab and get out and they're just as bad as they were before? I think if they really want to find out how well this works, they should take like porn addicts and like internet porn addicts and see if they can get them to quit first, because these are going to be your hardcore. They're worse than gamers, I think. Those guys those are the test group. If you can get those guys to stop fapping at the computer, then it might work with the kids in the video games.
Perhaps they have sponsors,
You have sponsors for the video games or for the fapping?
Sponsors for your it's like Alcohol Anonymous.
Right.
Yeah, they're all there.
And then if you want to contact your sponsor, you have to, you text them.
So you have a fapping sponsor?
Hey, guy, I was touching it again. Oh, please stop sending me these emails. God.
Keyboard condoms, half off at Walmart.
Keyboard condoms.
Keep that stuff off your buttons.
Protect yourself from the viruses.
I gave my computer a virus. My computer hurt me, damn it.
Oh, God.
So basically, this is all about mouse fondling, right? like computer mouse fondling or controller, video game controller fondlers. I mean, you could make an argument that that's the activity that they're doing the most. I mean, it's video games, yeah, but it's groping hardware. That's bad too.
God, too funny.
Oh, so
I mean, my screen is locking up here. Trying to get to another story.
what, you want to leave the whole fat camp discussion?
Really?
That's in New Zealand. That's what concentration camps are. It's just fat people in cages. We just let them wander around till they can fit out the little holes in the gate. If they can't get out, then they're just too fucking fat, and we don't want them roaming around eating shit. What the hell is New Zealand doing? What is that? Like, is there a deportation policy if like somebody's there and they eat too much?
No.
Get the fuck out, Patty.
They don't grant you immigration. It's not that they deport you. They don't grant you immigration. So.
But they don't expatriate you, right? They don't kick you out when you go to a certain.
They don't kick you out. They just don't let you in.
But I bet everybody looks at the fat New Zealanders like renegades. You guys are rebels. You guys are. You're pushing it, man. You're gonna make us make this law.
Obesity is linked to genetics most of the time, right?
Yeah. No. Well.
But by keeping these people out, they're essentially lowering the healthcare costs.
How about bitches?
And it's basically a type of eugenics, essentially, right?
In a way, yeah. I mean, it's a passive. Is it passive? I mean, you're forcefully keeping people out of your country, but you would do that anyway. So I guess passive eugenics.
Yeah.
But what do you do about the people that are already there? And it's not just genetics. I mean, a lot of it's junk food, right? It's not.
Most of the fat people aren't fat from genetics. They're fat because they have a grain-centralized diet.
Yeah. And they don't exercise because they're busy on the computers and fapping.
There you go.
Fapping is exercise if you do it right.
See, the sad part of it is, if your diet consisted nothing but meat, animal products and vegetables, you could sit in front of the computer all day and you wouldn't be fat.
I'll put that to the test. Once I get fat, I'm going to do that shit.
So it's bread.
I'm living proof. No, I think it's all the fapping that I do that keeps me skinny.
It's that angry masturbation. That's how you really cut weight.
Especially the angry masturbation.
You have to, you take
calories.
You take a little page out of your pet dog's book. You've seen the way he does with the stuffed animals. Do the same thing. You will lose so much weight. Just humping those stuffed animals on the floor. That's all you need.
I've heard about this thing called self-discipline, but I'm not convinced it exists anymore. It's deconverted.
What's the new face? Hi, Sonia. Sonia Maldonado. Welcome to the morning crew.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You're not from New Zealand, are you?
No.
We were just talking about them. They have a no fatties rule, apparently, with their immigration, and I'm thinking America, we could do something like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, if it'll just get somebody at the border, just anybody, even if they're just with scales checking people's weight, at least we'd have somebody down there.
If you can jump over this fence, we'll let you in.
You must be in shape to pass under this barbed wire.
Could you imagine having weighing stations like they do for semis on the side of the road?
I was just going to say that.
Oh no!
Pull over. Your car's leaning a little bit, fatty.
Yeah, your car was leaning to one side. Could you step on the scale, please?
You're not in this country legally, are you? Do you have reason to believe that I'm not? Well, you're fat, and yeah.
We're gonna tax you per pound.
They're gonna tax you based on if you're a guy, it's if you have moobs. You get the moob tax. All right, look, dude. Clearly, you're on your way to embarrassing us. You've got moobs. We're gonna tax you $50 a month per moob. That's draconian.
We'll have a special section on the beach. Yeah.
With burkas, mandatory burkas. Yeah.
They fat shame people. They make them wear like tater sacks, potato sacks, if they're fat. You have to wear this, fatty, until you can wear clothes right off the rack.
With a scarlet around their neck. Yeah.
Or no clothes at all.
Ooh. Ooh.
I can see you're going to fit in here. Yeah.
Hey, if you just lose some weight, you can wear clothes, fatty. Okay, guys, you would put the fork down. Everyone would. You would put the fork down. That was the law. I'm not saying we should ever do that, but I mean, when I hit 55, I want to plump up nicely. That's my goal. I want to that's so I can take a quick trip out. Once I can't chew the leather anymore, after I've chewed up all the steak, I want a quick way out. Thinking a heart attack, that's the way to go. They're just gonna find me in a big old Taco Bell sack next to me and a bunch of gordita wrappers.
Covered in nacho cheese and laid on the floor.
And then and a little letter scrawled on a napkin that says "Fuck New Zealand." Fuck you, New Zealand.
Anyways, I gotta go, guys. Bye.
I ran her off. I'm sorry.
You ran off our new visitor here.
My charm.
Thanks.
She's hooked. She'll be back. We have hope.
Bye.
We have hope.
So, sir, what's up with your fat ass, man? What you doing?
What's up with my fat ass? I am at home being a fat ass. That's what I'm doing.
You sitting there eating meat and vegetables and actually losing weight while you're at the computer?
Oh no, I lose most of my weight through exercise. But I just got done eating my chicken sandwich, and by chicken sandwich I mean the chicken was the bread.
What was in the middle?
Red peppers, onions, and an egg.
Do you? Well, I'll wait till we're off air before I start asking you about your diet.
I don't care. I can talk about my diet.
Do you eat dairy?
Yeah.
Okay. What about like gluten?
Gluten?
Gluten? Yes.
Gluten?
No, I eat no grains.
No grains. So it's like it's not low carb. It's just no processed flour. What?
Well, I mean, it's in essence low carb because I also like carbohydrates is a sugar. I eat no sugar.
Oh, I don't know, man. I'm Southern. Without sweet tea, what would I be?
Do you drink sugar?
No.
What about on the weekends, Cerberus?
So no alcohol.
On the weekends, I eat whatever I want.
Spit or swallow? Just
Eats whatever he wants, man. Don't ask him questions about that.
Man, don't be asking personal religious questions now, please.
So the only sugars you get are like from fruits?
Yeah, but I tend to stay away from fruits even during the weekdays.
So you eat vegetables and meat?
Well, animal products, not just meat, but yeah.
Like eggs and milk, cheese.
Yeah, eggs, milk, yogurt.
Kittens.
And that's not just terribly expensive?
No, I mean, you can eat hot dogs. Hot dogs are pretty cheap.
Yeah, but it's full of nitrates.
Yeah, you make up for it. You just have to make up for it.
No sugar.
Bacon.
And what's your BMI?
I don't. The last time I went to the doctor, we had a new doctor for the fire department, and before he saw me, I was behind a curtain, in my underwear, and he was surprised at my body mass index. He made the statement that I'm obese, and then he opened up the curtain. I'm like, so I'm obese?
Like, you got a picture of you on your computer, right? Are you obese, dude?
I have a video of me.
Are you obese?
No. Well,
the doctor
by
said
BMI, I am.
He's far from obese.
Yeah, I know. I've seen his video. He's not obese in the least.
By BMI, I'm obese, though.
That's what I'm saying. This is not a real science. Yeah. This is not accurate. This is not predicting someone's health or whatever. I mean, this is, chances are you're probably one of the healthiest people in this panel right now. So you still can't get your fat ass into New Zealand.
Yeah, I can't.
Because this is not a real fucking science.
I would literally have to change my diet around and eat unhealthy food and lose muscle.
Yeah.
What is
Stop
your
working
BMI?
out. I have to look it up again. I would have to go back to the fire department and get in my file. I just know I rate in the obese category.
There's Cerberus.
Why are we staring at his balls, dude? Did you film this, John?
It's from an hangover walk. What hangout was this from, sir?
Your Halloween one.
The Halloween one, yes, right.
Look at your fat ass.
I came in on camera and danced around in my Speedo.
You fat bastard.
Yeah, you're a bit overdressed there. So
A little overdressed, overweight, unbelievable.
Look at the fat on your hands. Look at that.
All that fat.
Tax his ass.
We're gonna charge you per quad here, $50 tax, because those are some meaty legs, dude. Fatty. Bet you got cankles.
No.
That's really a sock.
No, wait, that's not what we were. Yeah, that's what you should tell the dude. That's where my weight comes from, Doc. Look in there. Look in there. Can't believe you did that, Doc. That's weird. Okay.
So we got about 20 minutes left of this live broadcast. Anybody have any other news stories maybe they want to bring up?
Did you talk about the linking of the brains?
Sorry?
No.
Where do you get your news from, sir?
I go to Drudge to get all the different headlines because they give a kind of overview of all different sources.
Yeah, I think I got a couple links for this one. They linked mice and monkey brains, electronically, and it showed a rather dramatic increase in reasoning and problem solving.
For both of them?
I read as far as the mice. I don't remember what they said about the monkeys.
I'd be interested to find out the effect on the apes.
So, hang on a minute. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Let me see.
They implanted a mouse brain in a monkey.
No, they linked brains together. Like they took multiple mice.
By string?
No.
They smush them real hard.
I gave you the article. Read the article, damn it.
Use a little epoxy.
Put them in a blender, Makes them all.
Okay, is Duke known as
Well, there it is on the screen.
Well, each brain cell only has 10,000 connections. You just get a bunch of cable from Home Depot, baby, and start soldering.
It says neuroscientists at Duke University have introduced a new paradigm for brain-machine interfaces that investigates how the brains of two or more animals, either monkeys or rats, can be networked together as part of a single computational system to perform motor tasks. In the case of monkeys, or simple computations, multiple rat brains.
Oh.
These functional networks of animal brains have been named brainets by the authors of the studies. In the two brainet examples reported in the July 9, 2015 issue of Scientific Reports, groups of animals were able to literally merge their collective brain activity together to either control the movements of a virtual avatar arm in 3 dimensions to reach a target, monkey brainet, or to perform a variety of computational operations, including pattern recognition, storage and retrieval of sensory information, and even weather forecasting. These latter examples suggest that animal brainets can serve as the core of organic computing. Oh, echo!
Fuck, I don't know who it was. But, so, when they say, I don't know. I mean, I'm calling bullshit on this.
I don't know.
You can all you want. Berkeley Lab doesn't care.
Is Duke any good? Are they any good at the university? I thought they basically
well known for research.
I thought they basically made footballers.
It's one top of the line research hospital.
Oh my goodness.
Now that some progress was made in that field with the Lippensheimer horses from Portugal. You know, the dancing horses.
I do, yeah.
Where they stick the cattle prod up their butt, and they can make them dance in synchronicity. Maybe, but anyway.
Apparently, some of them are going on X Factor next year.
Wow!
As judges.
Yeah.
And did you guys happen to catch? They bred a type of seaweed that tastes just like bacon when you cook it.
I've seen that.
And it gets crispy. There's a link for that one.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow, that is nice.
But that brain thing is both like awesome and incredibly creepy at the same time.
Yeah, if you read it down farther, I gave 2 links. One of them is a really long article. One's really short. But it talks about how their neural activity synced up, so they had the exact same brain waves.
I'm in the Simon camp. I can't see the neural connectivity. I mean, it's such a unfathomable phenomena to link nerve cells. I don't know. Shit. Maybe they did it some other way or something.
Well, how are they linking them? This is my kind of thing. I can guess a couple of things, like you could just take brain patterns, get both brains to work on the same thing.
No.
They synchronize.
They inserted implants.
Oh, okay.
They inserted implants in 4 rats in the somatosensory cortex, and they use intracortical electrical microstimulation. So they basically linked together. They put implants and they were stimulating the brain at the same time in order to synchronize them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the article on Nature is way longer and it's way more complicated, but it describes exactly how they did it, what they achieved, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it is actually. I mean, it's kind of like I would imagine it's similar to that. What's that thing where you that you use on the Ouija board?
Oh, the deafening rod? No.
No, it's some motor something thing where the brain, everybody's brain, once something starts moving, you don't know whether you're moving or not.
Inertia.
I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a sympathetic thing between humans. That when everybody's touching the same thing and shifting this little Ouija board thing around, what actually happens is everybody puts in a really small amount of energy to moving it. Not so much as they know that they're the ones moving it, but in conjunction, everybody's kind of trying to move it at the same time. And when the majority of force goes in one direction, no one can tell who's moving it, but it's still moving.
So yeah, I mean, it's really interesting because it seems to be they linked them in a kind of they got some kind of feedback way. I mean, they had some sensors which were registering. Hold on a second. They were recording the neural activity, and they were transmitting virtual tactile information via some other sensors. So they basically recorded, all the neural activity from all the 4 brains, and they were sending virtual tactile information to all the 4 brains. They were basically, they were receiving the same, or not the same, but they were receiving, false feedback from someone else, and they tried to make all together work on some jobs.
Problem.
Yeah.
And then one last news story I really like, because I'm a giant nerd. You remember the Star Trek where they went back in time to save the whales?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Scotty gave the engineer clear aluminum.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They've made clear aluminum.
Oh, that's
Wow.
There's an article for that.
Clear aluminum.
And I was just
Actually,
like, Star Trek.
Oh,
Oh.
the keyboards. How quaint.
Yeah, that's a years old thing. You guys haven't heard about that before?
No.
Pull that up here.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Huh.
Well, this article came out in June the 3rd.
Oh yeah,
So.
I seen something about this like a couple of years ago, at least. It's pretty cool. Like it looks just like glass or plastic or something, but it's,
That reminded me of that artificial fat called Olean, the one that gave everybody diarrhea. They made potato chips out of this.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. It lasted about, what, 6 months or something, you know. These fat babes would eat half a bag of potato chips and then be, you know, on the toilet for a day.
Yeah, you would have thought they would have marketed it as a laxative.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The bulletproof protection.
So everything in Star Trek is true, after all.
It's coming up
Yeah.
past.
It's Illuminati conspiracy.
I'm still waiting for the green chicks.
Illuminati, ha ha ha.
You will be assimilated.
Inebriati.
Okay, with that, I'm going to go off air since we're getting near the 2-hour mark. There's some interesting stories. Anybody listening? Next Morning Crow won't be till the 23rd. I'm going on vacation, so. So thanks for dropping by. We'll have our off-air discussion. Anybody want to join in? Link is in the event page from, so for off-air, forever how long.
Thank you, Brother John.
Thanks.
Thank
Come on. Let's give one crow call. Come on, a crow call. God, you sound like a bunch of sick crows.
Do you know how early it is?